Welcome to another spoiler review episode.
Hi guys, and on cue, there's my cat screaming at the door, literally the second we start.
For you
Drew,
guys,
why don't you introduce what today's episode's about?
we were talking about Stanley. Kev's lovely cat was going to scratch during an episode, and here we have it. We're going to talk about 28 years later, The Bone Temple, which is the second in the new setup kind of franchise, as it were. And I believe is it Nina Costa is the director?
Nia DaCosta.
Nia Costa. Fucking phenomenal. We'll be watching out for her work. She is absolutely incredible. This was a really interesting chapter, I'd say, in the franchise, because it doesn't do so much runny. It does obviously have runny, scary zombie moments, but it's nowhere near like the first one. It's more about tying these amazing kind of relationships and messed up relationships and how it all kind of builds to a kind of crescendo.
See, the weird thing is like, I loved it. I've got lots of negative thoughts.
Ooh,
but not in a bad way. Just like these things weren't realized, but it didn't matter because the film was so good.
So good anyway. Yeah, I know what you mean, because I was thinking similar things, because I guess we're kind of getting into it anyway, guys. This probably will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen The Bone Temple, go and see it, man. Treat yourself, and please see it in the cinemas, guys. I know it probably will be on Prime or bloody Netflix in like 2 or 3 weeks, but go to the cinema.
It's a big hit. It's the biggest I've seen the cinema for a little while again.
Man, please support your local cinemas.
Where there's been,
and that's it, bro. It was so immersive, man. The seats were shaking behind me. Maybe the D box was on, but like it was so immersive, and the sound and the screams and the running and
so that's it. So for the first film, I was so excited that we're back, because 28 Days Later is flawless, revolutionary, unique,
great British cinema, right? Great British cinema.
You watch it today and it's still terrifying. It is violent, it's ferocious, it's fast, it's unique. The second film I thought was just as good, if not better, in a completely different way.
Yes.
I know a lot of people disagree with that, but that's, they're both great. But this new one, it was so anticipated for me, and I didn't walk away thinking I'd really enjoyed it. There's loads of great moments. The thing that pissed me off is that for horror, the first film, as in 28 years later, it wasn't scary. There was not one moment I was like, It was, maybe if you're not a seasoned horror, there might be some scary bits, but it was very basic zombie, bitey type stuff, but no major surprises. Whereas in this new one, The Bone Temple, the negative bit I would say is that there's hardly any zombies. In fact, there's really only one, and he's not zombieing. After 5 seconds, he ain't zombieing for the rest of the film.
He's alpha-ing, and he's getting high.
And all the other zombies, they might as well have been useless, because they're all taken down in milliseconds. There was no threat.
I thought, but if we're gonna,
but wait. But it was a better horror film. There was scarier moments. It was more violent. It was scarier than the previous one by a lot. And that's because of the Jimmies, who are
I was gonna say the Jimmies,
terrifying.
Mate, the Jimmies and his fucking devil fingers are incredibly frightening, because it makes you think, if the world went to shit, that these gang of fucking kind of lost soul psychopaths. I mean, this film is going to give Charity a bad name, put it that way.
Yeah, that confused me when he kept saying that. I couldn't get my head around what he was on about.
We'll give them charity, and you're like, charity? So you're going to like let them go, or like what? You're going to be kind? I guess
because he thinks he's literally the son of the devil. Giving him charity is letting him loose. Giving him
or like the worst, or like, sorry, even though it's still a fucked up kind of form of torture, it's not as bad as it could go. So he's giving them, but then you wonder, when you see what happens, you're like, how do you get worse than that? Just a quick message to thank you all for listening to our show, whether it's through Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. If you are enjoying, why not follow, click to subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. Also, a reminder to follow us on Instagram and TikTok for fun clips from the show. We love and appreciate your support, and thanks for sharing us with friends. This helps us to grow, improve, and continue creating. Now, back to the conversation.
The other negative is that I didn't think Spike had anything to do in this film.
Yeah.
Very little.
Yeah.
And he was the heartbeat of the first film.
Yeah.
And I wanted more from him. But the way it ended, I think the next film is going to be heavy on Spike and the girl.
Yeah.
And obviously
I think the third one is going to be. We'll get to that bit because obviously people are going to be like wondering what that is. That they almost did a Marvel. They did a Marvel moment with the 28 years, weeks, days franchise, and everyone went in the cinema, and it was just Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll build up to
because
that
we didn't. Yeah. But
because then people will be like, oh, and then it's something to look forward to. Anyway. This is all just sounds really random.
Saying nothing, everyone knows what we're on about now.
Yeah, they will do at this point, but then when we reveal it later on in this, it'll be like a great moment, hopefully. Anyway, what was I going to say? I thought, because the way it ended with, oh God, now, what's his fucking, Aaron Taylor Johnson's guy running through the water to try and find Spike.
The first film, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to start with that, as in like in the town, they're like, where the fuck is Spike? And they're like worried. And he's trying to set out like a kind of manhunt to find his son because he's really worried now. But then I thought that's going to cost the budget a lot more to have Aaron Taylor Johnson in it. So like,
yeah,
here's an idea.
I think although Spike wasn't in it much, he is still the heart of the film. He is the sole protagonist, basically. We're seeing things through his eyes a little bit. So he was the main part in the first. He was, even though he didn't do much in this new film, it was this him being scared of the Jimmies and him being helped by Ralph Fiennes, and him is the only escapee. So it's his journey, these three films.
the whole trilogy is obviously all about Spike. It might as well be called Spike Island. It's going to be all about him. But I agree with what you were saying. He's pretty much the kind of human, the audience compass in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, we, like you beautifully said, like we see it through his eyes. But that's why I think the way it starts in that kind of abandoned kind of like theater or kind of sports hall.
It's a theme park. Yeah, there's like swimming pool flumes and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, which is even more dark because the idea that these would be places where families would enjoy themselves, but instead there's like this weird kind of Squid Games event taking place because Jimmy's like, you're the new kid, but we can't call you Jimmy unless you kill a Jimmy.
See, and that's what was good because like the ending of the first one, by the way, guys, when we reference the first film, we're not talking about literally the first film. We're talking the first 28 years. But
28 years later,
the first film ending with the Jimmys doing the backflips and saving Spike, you're like, these are edgy, but are they good edgy or are they bad edgy? And obviously it's leaning on the bad, but they did just save a boy. So maybe they're just edgy because they're in that world, but they're actually good. And then within seconds of the new film, it's answered very clearly, very quickly.
And that's what I love about it, how then we're concerned for Spike. We're like, he needs to get out of this group because it's fucking dangerous. And you're worried it's going to damage or taint his morals because he's a good boy. Like at heart, he's a good, loving boy that just wants to do.
Well, he didn't do murder. He was fighting for his life. So
But I thought it was smart how he did it as well. Like when he's like, oh, I'm going to give you a chance, kid, because this really kind of tall Jimmy is absolutely wiping the floor with him and being quite harsh, like taking the piss, like you've got no chance, kid. And then he kind of does the famous pull your pants down, but then just stabs him right in the one of the arteries. Of his leg. But then I was thinking, the tall idiot kid who probably didn't know any better, you're actually better off keeping that knife in there. But then saying that, I was thinking, there's no hospital he can go to anyway, so I think he was fucked either way.
Game over either way, yeah.
Because it's either going to just get infected with this knife in him and they're just going to call him Knifey Leg. But it shows that Spike's got resolve and he's got staying power. Like I always had the confidence in him that he'd be able to survive stuff, but it
it shows that, but it's like, again, I don't really want to labor on the Jimmy Savile thing, but like Americans still don't quite get it yet. I think they're starting to. It's starting to go why it's there and why it's so important that they're dressing up as a literal monster, and that's what's clever about it. But he's calling himself the child of the devil, basically, and these other Jimmys are the fingers of his fist, basically, and they're going to demolish society and stuff like that. And I think although it's weird, I still think it's clever, and it adds an extra level of unnerving and disgusting. And Jack O'Connell, again, can never not praise him.
Oh, my word.
Unhinged to a different level, and he is basically brainwashing and starting a cult, and it's very Manson-esque.
Yeah,
like, he's not doing the dirty work. He's making his little subordinates
millions.
do the dirty work. And
it's
that barn scene was the worst scene and there's some horrendous scenes.
Which one? The barn.
Fuck me.
Yeah,
and because
the barn was fucked. I thought the meal though. You know when she says we've got visitors, he's like the good kind, and she's like, and then they go to the house and all the Jimmys are at the table like eating. He's like, we thought we'd come round and have a meal, and that's a terrible Scottish accent, but he does a brilliant Scottish accent, to be fair. And he was saying he had a good dialect coach. But that scene around the table, and he still manages to add humor. This is why I think a lot of people were saying
Teletubbies,
Jack O'Connell is a little bit like a new kind of Tom Hardy-esque, because he can bring humor. He can bring such kind of nuance to characters. So even when he plays villains, they're very charming. They're very funny in a very darkly comic way. Because
I think he's better than Tom Hardy. I'd say significantly better.
Oh, okay. He's bringing out the big guns.
Look at what Jack Connor's done in his past and stuff like that. He's done some
It's true.
and stuff, and he doesn't do films willy nilly either. He
picks them.
He has breaks. He doesn't.
Yeah,
he's not saying yes to every offer.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just thinking this is a perfect thing, because going off Sinners, when we said that Jack O'Connell steals the show, and obviously don't get me wrong, Michael B. Jordan is phenomenal. He's playing two brothers. It's all incredible stuff.
Don't take anything away from anyone else, but Jack O'Connell comes, you pay attention.
Still steals it. As soon as his character, it was literally, my wife said this when we were in the cinema. As soon as he turned up, she's like, something serious is going to happen here. And you just glued to he's got such charisma, man, that guy.
Well, that's it. With this film, you forgot it was a vampire. You forgot it was a zombie film. Yeah. Because it opens with the Jimmys. And you don't see a zombie. Like the whole opening scene's quite long, but gripped. And then when it ends, and you see a little zombie, you go, "Oh fuck, yeah, it's a zombie one."
Yeah, oh yeah, there's a zombie apocalypse. Yeah.
And then it's every time they're involved, it's the most uncomfortable, intense, and you don't think it's going to go as far as they say it will. Yeah, and you think it's going to be talk, and then the camera's going to move away. And then you watch them skin their T-shirts. Well, they go, take the T-shirts off, and they skin their top half of their body. And the worst thing is that the family are nice. They're not. It's not like they're getting in it. They're not doing it to eat their food. They're not. They're just doing it for the love of
fun, for fun and games. It's fucked up, man. It's dark. It's so.
Don't you hope we get to see the pregnant woman again? Because I thought she was a great character, and then she never came back.
Oh yeah, the one that was running through the gate. Yeah, she's gonna come back.
In that head.
That was mental. When she's like, "What?" You're like, "What the fuck?" And all the blood starts coming out her nose. It
was almost a shame, because that was the best Jimmy. The last two Jimmys that were left, with the main Jimmy and Spike.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell them apart. But the girl Jemima.
Yeah, well, she's from Mayor of Easttown.
Was she? She had charisma. She had something about her. I could have watched her, even though she was psychotic.
Yeah, she was incredible. I just there's a writer called Philip Ridley who writes a lot of messed up stuff that young, kind of lost teens or like people in their 20s would do when the world goes to shit. There's a play called Mercury Fur, which is well worth reading, mate. It's absolutely fucking powerful and crazy and dark as fuck. And it reminded me of the Jimmys, the idea that the world has gone to shit, but they're punishing the good. Like you were saying, that there is almost no kind of morals anymore, and they're just bending. They're taking advantage of this dark world and say, you either get killed by us or you go out into the field and you get killed by them. But either way, you're not going to survive this.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like they're not being bad for the sake of it. As far as he's concerned, he watched his dad, who was a pastor, lead the hordes. So he thinks he's the son. He thinks his dad must be the devil because all the zombies were following him. So he must be the leader. Therefore, the world is literally an apocalypse, and I'm the son of the devil. So I've got to continue his good work and kill people because that's what the devil does.
Well,
so
this is why
cause.
I actually, dare I say it, I was moved by the main Jimmy, Jack O'Connell's Jimmy, because when he was explaining to Ralph Fiennes' character how he says, you know, when I saw my father leading them all, and I went, oh shit, that's the intro of 28 years later when you see the little boy run away from watching Teletubbies when all the zombies burst through and fucking eat all of the people around him and all the other children and stuff. He legs it through and sees his dad, like you said, fucking leading them because he's already turned at that point.
And I tell you what, because you said she was a mayor of Easttown, I just Googled her name. Emma Laird plays the Jemima character.
Yeah.
So I just brought up a photo of her and I was like, she looks familiar. And I've just scrolled to that picture of her. And
oh my God, she looks like Stranger Things.
No. Well, maybe. She looks exactly like Maxine Peake.
Yeah, I know Maxine Peake, yeah.
Who's in I Swear.
Ah, yes. She's a bit older now, Maxine Peake.
Well, yeah, she's about 51.
I need to see I Swear. I swear I need to see I Swear.
That's Maxine Peake.
Holy shit.
Identical.
Wow.
To the point where I just quickly looked in her bio to see if it was her mum, but she got a different stage name or something, but I can't see anything. But she is like, there you go. It was Maxine Peake. Similar photo, similar hair color.
Well, dude, if you do really like that actor, she is amazing in Mayor of Easttown.
I've seen it. It's amazing.
Not Mayor of Easttown. Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Mayor of Kingstown is on Disney, yeah, with Jeremy Renner. It's fucking amazing.
I guess the most interesting thing about this film for me overall is that it is the best use of music I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
You know, the Iron Maiden scene.
Yes, during the fire section.
In fucking insane. That is one of out of all the films, that is going to be the classic moment that gets replayed and replayed. I think that's going to be the most popular.
Oh, dude, that's going to be a meme. People are going to use that and go, me going out to light the town up.
Yeah.
Like
when all the fingers, the Jimmies think they're going to meet Saint Nick, the devil, and he plays along and plays 666 Number of the Beast.
Well, did you hear that Jack O'Connell said in an interview that they had all the pyrotechnics and they didn't actually know what Ralph Fiennes was going to do. So he was saying in real life, it was so like captivating to watch. Not only like he was saying one of your idols, like Ralph Fiennes is just an unbelievable actor, a juggernaut of an actor. And you're watching him do this performance while fire's going off and everything. And you're like, this is fucking cool, man. And then they set off the pyrotechnics and
wow. He said that he did the entire song as well, and they obviously cut it in half because it would have been too long. But he learned the whole song, and he was doing those dancing and singing along to it for the whole.
I think that's why they're like get built, like because you're going to be like there's so much required for his character on a kind of athletic kind of
He was built before. He was built for like the Shakespeare part that he did very recently as well. Even before Conclave.
Where he's like, he's just getting high with the alpha, and he's like, oh man, it's so emotional though when he's like, I'm worried that when you next come back, we're not going to be able to do this because I've run out of these drugs, sort of thing. And you see he's collected all these things to make that kind of drug to kind of. You can really see the science and the compassion of how he's trying to dilute the effect of what the zombies have done, which again brings us back into all of the linear of all of the movies, really. And then that bit on the train was so clever and so fucked up. When
I was going to say, I've got a problem with that.
Okay. But when he was saying about the moon, and I think he's about to kill the Alpha because he's like, we don't have any drugs left, and I think he is about to kill him, and then he just goes moon, and he's like, what? And he's just like, what? That's like a moment where like Brian talks in Family Guy.
So he takes it to the train. He goes back to see Samsung as a child, and the first zombie appear from back in the day. So does this insinuates that he gets bitten as a child, and zombies get old and grow up? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought was really strange.
He's got to have escaped and been bitten last week, or 10 years later, and it survived for 10 years. So maybe there's going to be a backstory for him growing up and getting older and escaping and being really good, because now he's become more human.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. He goes, thank you. And he picks up.
He carries him off, didn't he? He carries him off.
Ralph Fiennes. But if he goes to Ralph Fiennes' bunker, he's going to see all the notes for everything. And if he's got half a brain, and if he's like got older as a human before turning into an infected, and has studied and has got some knowledge, then he's going to go in that bunker and go, I've got all the notes. I know how to do it. I'm going to go and ransack more chemists, and I'm going to give it to more people, and we're going to fix this thing. That's the solution.
That would be awesome. Well, it's like Beast in X-Men. It's like Beast in X-Men. You know, when he's got the glasses and he's speaking all like posh and all very intelligent. That's what the Alpha will be like in the third movie, I reckon.
Well, already his eyes went back to normal. They stopped going as red and stuff like that. So maybe his skin will go back a bit to normal.
How did he get built like fucking Jason Momoa? Because like you're right, he was a little young boy.
That's it. We need to see him.
And then you can see him doing as a gym. Do the zombies go to the gym? Like,
the zombies don't grow old. They're just in the place where they got infected forever.
Yeah,
until they get killed. So didn't make sense. So. But again, the third film is the origin of Samsung.
Mate, that fight sequence with Samsung was unbelievable when he takes on about 20 zombies in the train. It was like...
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the pivot moment when you go, he's no longer a proper infected because they don't see him as one anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about they add really interesting perspectives to the movie, because now the zombies are chasing an Alpha because they're like, oh, and they're smelling him. There's a bit of that... And they spit blood at him, and it goes on him, and he's like, "No, I'm good, man." And it's like it's not turned him, which again has an echo to that random guy in the field. You know, the guy in the field that pokes that one in the neck, and it goes, Pah! And he goes on his eyes. He's like, "Ah!" And he turns.
Yeah, but no, I'm on about 28 weeks later when one guy gets in his eye and he doesn't, and then that he was meant to be that was the point of 28 weeks later. Oh. They found a human that didn't react to the infection. So he was going to kill the world.
His missus. Yeah, his missus.
Then nothing ever happened again.
Yeah.
So maybe that is happening in a different part of in Europe, because this is obviously Britain's ostracized from the world.
Dude, that's blowing my mind right now.
There is a solution out there that we're not aware of because we're just in the seclusion of Britain. Oh. And then the Alpha is going to find a cure and be able to radio help or something. I don't know. But if Cillian Murphy hasn't radioed help by now, I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, he's just too busy setting up maths and kind of lessons for his daughter. Well, actually, no, it's not his daughter. It's the girl for the first one, isn't it, that you ran off with?
No, it's the child.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
So how it ends, the little girl that they rescue when they get in the car and drive off or whatever, that's the little girl who's all grown up now doing the lesson.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the daughter of Brendan Gleeson?
Yeah.
Right. I'm with you now. That's
what I'm saying, man. And it was amazing. Because I loved it when he goes, he does a clever almost twist because you forget what world you're in when he goes, well, I hope they have that in the exams tomorrow. And you're like, what? Is school still running? Like, is there an educational system? And then she goes...
No, she goes...
You're writing them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, dude, let's talk about that moment, mate. They were the biggest in the audience. And I'm going to say, I had a feeling Cillian Murphy was going to be in it because he was on the fucking red carpet. Like, I didn't think he was going to rock up just because he's part of the franchise.
I thought he would, and we all knew that he's going to be in the third one.
Yes,
that was a given. Everyone knew that. That's been leaked or presumed, or no one's disputed it. I didn't think he was going to be in this film.
Exactly.
And then because I didn't see it the first day it came out, annoyingly, no one posted he was in it, but people goes, "We got to talk about that ending." I'm like, for fuck's sake! I was trying to avoid information. I was like, the second I heard people not talking about it, I realized what it was. But
mate, this is why I didn't want to give away anything. I wanted you to have that experience, even though somebody else, shouting it for you. But that's why I was like, that movie, I was just like, holy shit. I didn't mention anything about where or when or what happens. But going back though to Ralph Fiennes' character, when there's that kind of messed up moment where Jack O'Connell kind of manipulates him and says, if you don't do exactly what I want, I'm going to feed you your own intestines. And he's like, okay. And then he does everything. But then somehow he sees Spike through the eyes of the masks. And then he goes, there's one more question. He's like, there's one more thing I want to sacrifice. And you're like, what? And then when he gets fucking stabbed, which is interesting that it's the side as well, which is all kind of symbolic of Jesus. Stabbed in the side.
Yeah.
And then obviously on the cross, and then their crosses are flipped because of the kind of demon and Satan. But it was, it was the fact that when Spike is saying to him, because they were good friends, even though he cleaned out his mum's skull and put her on the top of that kind of tree thing. But he even says, when I knew what they would want you to do, I didn't want you to be a part of it. So that's why he almost tries to take it down by saying, actually, Jimmy, the last thing I need from you is a sacrifice, and we're going to kill you. And everyone just turns on him, which again, it's that thing of what is it? There's no loyalty among thieves, right?
Well, the girl hated him anyway and thought he was talking bullshit, so she was waiting for a chance. The two blokes were confused and didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But again, he's brainwashed him to say that the devil is the boss. So even though he's the boss, the bigger boss has just said to kill him. So they're like, do we kill our boss, or do we not kill
the CEO? Yeah, the big boss.
And she started. They all kind of joined in a little bit, luckily. But what would you rate the film?
Oh man, I don't. Part of me thinks 4.5. Right? I know. I'll probably end up buying it just because I loved it so much, and Jack O'Connell is just wonderful to watch in the whole thing. But I just wish it had more zombies. I don't know.
I don't think that bothered me at all. It's just because we're in the world. It's no longer a zombie film, an infected film. It's an apocalyptic film in the sense that the UK has been ravaged and there's no one left apart from a few pockets of people. So you could spend weeks and never see a zombie because they've either gone from your area or you've hidden well enough. So it's a survival film now.
Yeah.
A few zombies may pop in, but I do want the next film to go batshit.
I think it is going to go batshit because aren't they getting chased? Aren't they getting chased by a horde?
It wasn't lots though. It was like 10 maybe.
But more, maybe more.
I want like 2,000 to appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, I want Spike to use his bow and arrow.
Yeah. See, yeah. So it was a weird one because again, I liked the first one, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. Things were missing. And there was more missing from this film, but it was better. And I think it was Jack O'Connell. And it's like
the performances.
A zombie film with less zombies is good. Like Sinners, a vampire film with not too many vampires, or they come in the last 40 minutes.
Yeah,
I like that. If that was a vampire film from beginning to end, it'd have been crap, too long.
Do you know? I tell you what, I loved of loads of people's feedback about this latest film though is they said I could have watched another 2.5 hours of that. Like when it ended like Lord of the Rings. Like, because you know, in one of the Lord of the Rings, they start climbing a rock and then it just cuts to the credits. You're like, what? Ah! It does the exact same thing. He just cocks his gun and he's like, "Are we going to help them?" He's like, "Of course we are." Like, and it's like,
it kind of had to end there, but it was still like, this has been on for an hour and 20 minutes. Sadie started to get up. I was like, no. There's going to be a post credits. Let me Google quick.
Oh shit! No, I didn't stay.
There's no post credits.
Oh fuck. Wait, how long was the film? I thought it was like an hour and 45 or 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
Felt like an hour and 20 to me. I thought there was more.
That ending, seeing Cillian Murphy, I loved it because it went full circle. It really brought the world back. And
you can guess things, but I did not know for sure what he was going to say because we said, "Are we going to help them?" He looked down and he was like really calculating, really thinking, looking up, and
he doesn't want to risk her. That's what I love.
Looking at the girl he's protecting and just going, "Of course, let's go."
Yeah,
and end. I was like, "Good lad, good lad."
Fucking mate, the hairs. I was like,
yeah. That's it. Cillian Murphy. Like, no matter what you think of him as an actor, you're wrong if you don't think he's amazing because
he's a legend. Like, look,
he just brings realism. As soon as he's there, you're like, oh, it's not an actor. That's that person. That's there.
Yeah.
Jack O'Connor's going a bit otherworldly, but that's his character, and then Cillian Murphy brings it back down to earth.
Yeah.
And those two in the same scene together would not work. It'd be too extreme of
maybe that's why they're
level-headed.
Maybe that's why they left him upside down on a cross when he's like, "Why have you forsaken me?"
You made a good point in the last series, that last episode we had. Maybe he was waiting for Jimmy Savile to leave the building before he got introduced. It could have been a genuine thing. He's got to be dead before I come on.
Wow. Oh, what? Oh, you mean it's like a contractual thing with?
Yeah, so he doesn't want to be head to head next to him. That might be a real thing. I mean, I doubt it because it's fiction. He's not going to say no to being in a film with Hitler or a Nazi if it's part of the film.
Yeah,
he did make the atomic bomb and kill millions of people in his last film. So
that's true.
But anyway, we should end there. We're thinking 4.5. It's near perfect, and it's got some classic scenes that'll be replayed forever.
But like you said, I think it's going to be a fun one to watch on DVD, especially if they do behind the scenes.
I fully agree. Right. Thank you for listening to our short little spoiler special.
Enjoy
the bonus. Enjoy a little treat for you guys.
Enjoy it, man.
All right. Yeah, 100% watch it in the cinema. This review's going out about a week or so late, but it should still be in the cinema. It's super duper popular and it's gaining momentum.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a whale of a time. Thank you all for your continued support, and please do check out our other fun episodes with many great and interesting guests. And just to let you know, we're also on YouTube if you want to also watch us. But do give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok, and we'd love a cheeky 5-star rating on here if you had a moment. And if you do want to support us further, we do have merch. The links are here and on our socials. It's ragewhale.tmill.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.